Travel and Tourism Public Relations, presented by Tristan Takenaka. Public Relations Student Society of America quotes, "The goal of the tourism industry is to stimulate the public's desire to travel and then turn this desire into the purchase of tickets. Public relations practitioners play a vital role in this process by not only attracting visitors to destinations, but also keeping them happy once they arrive." So, what exactly does public relations do for the travel and tourism industry? 5W Public Relations from New York City quotes, "Whether it's introducing a destination to travelers, launching a new property or a promotion, building engagement, or developing strategies to dominate a market, our team creates sophisticated programs that capture attention for travel and hospitality brands in a crowded, distracted world. We help our clients garner ongoing publicity, educating business and leisure travelers, media and travel influencers about destinations, properties, and tourism programs. We've helped our clients create news that breaks them out of the travel media, generating coverage that spans lifestyle, digital, business, and more. Our clients have benefited from experiential events that help them imagine themselves at a destination and have reached passionate travelers through non-traditional approaches that reach consumers as they're making decisions about where to go, where to stay, and what to enjoy." Continuing the conversation on what PR does for the travel and tourism industry, Juliet Cornoy from entrepreneur.com wrote about the 5 ways social media and public relations has transformed tourism marketing. Travel research transformed. The most profound effect that social media has had on the tourism industry to date is the democratization of online reviews. Today's travelers go online to research their future travel destinations and accommodations. When booking travel, 89% of millennials plan travel activities based on content posted by their peers online. Rise in social sharing. People have always loved sharing photos and videos taken of their travels. What social media has done is to facilitate and expand people's ability to share travel experiences with a wider audience than ever before. Over 97% of millennials share photos and videos of their travels online, building an influential web of peer-to-peer content that serves to inspire potential guests. Enhance customer service. Customer service and satisfaction have also been transformed as a result of social media. The vast majority of brands have a social media presence that has been used to become aware of and, when necessary, to provide help to unsatisfied or confused customers. The companies that respond to complaints in a sincere and genuine manner develop a strong reputation among current and potential customers. American Airlines and JetBlue are particularly adept at addressing flight issues and providing a human touch to otherwise frustrating experiences. Reshaping travel agencies. Social media has also had a major impact on the travel agency model. The availability of information and ease of self-service booking have forced travel agencies to adapt from a brick-and-mortar model to a more digital one. Travel agencies are not obsolete. They are still responsible for 55% of all airline bookings, 77% of cruise bookings, and 73% of package bookings. But many agencies have shifted their focus from in-person to online experiences as they adapt to new technology and market trends. And lastly, changing loyalty programs. As most marketers know, acquiring new customers is far more expensive than retaining existing ones. Loyalty programs have become a core piece of the travel business model, and social media has had a massive impact on how hotel loyalty programs are constructed. Many customers understand that the opinions that they share with their individual networks have tremendous influence. As a result, these guests feel entitled to compensation for the positive word-of-mouth marketing that they are doing for a brand. More than 25% of millennials that participate in loyalty programs are very likely to post about a brand in exchange for loyalty points. Public relations benefits all sectors of tourism. Some careers in travel and tourism public relations include state and national tourism offices, convention and visitors bureaus, restaurants, concessions, museums, historic sites, hotels, resorts, airlines, cruise lines, and local attractions. Responsibilities of a travel and tourism public relations specialist include enticing travelers to your client's location of travel with photos, video, commercials, and overall sense of excitement to travel, social media presence to impact public perception, managing communications and press releases, market research of destinations, clients, and competitors, strategizing new and innovative ways to improve business and tourism, establishing and maintaining strong relationships with businesses within market segment, and overseeing and coordinating photo shoots, media visits, and promotional events. Race and rope are methods public relations specialists use to initiate their clients' goals and to kickstart their strategizing and planning processes. Carol French from bizfluent.com helps us understand the meaning behind the helpful acronym. Research, gather information. Before you start a PR campaign, you should understand the background behind it. The research stage of ROPE has 3 elements to help you do this. First, you identify the opportunity or problem that forms the basis of your campaign. Then, you ensure that you have a solid knowledge of the organization you represent, understanding its history, current position, and future objectives. You also need to know where the company sits in its market compared to its competitors. Finally, you should research the company's audiences, taking time to investigate past PR initiatives and the way that external stakeholders, such as customers, feel about the organization. Objectives. Set your targets. In the second stage of the ROPE formula, you set 1 or more measurable objectives for your campaign based on the opportunity or problem identified in the research stage. Typically, objectives are outputs, outtakes, or outcomes. For example, an output objective might focus on achieving media coverage, an outtake on changing audience awareness, and an outcome on action, such as an increase in web or sales traffic. Your client may not be specific about what he wants from the campaign, but you should be. For example, if he tells you to build brand awareness with younger consumers, you should set an objective to increase Facebook likes and social media interaction in the 16 to 25 age group. Programming. Plan and implement your campaign. Once you understand where your campaign should go, you must plan how to get there and launch it. In the programming stage, you decide which PR communication tools to use to meet your objectives, taking into account the messages you need to convey, the audience you are targeting, and the media you need to use to reach this audience. During this stage, you also set your budget. When you're done with your plan and your budget, you're ready to start creating and running the campaign. Evaluation, monitoring results. Although you should monitor a PR campaign on an ongoing basis, so you can modify it if necessary, you should also make a formal evaluation when it's done. This is the last stage of the ROPE process. During this stage, you go back to your original objectives and measure the results of the campaign against them to see how successful it has been. Or, if things did not go so well, you can look for pointers on where your plan failed. You may need to justify the results of the campaign to your boss or client. This is much easier if you have hard stats to back you up. PacRim is an international marketing firm with headquarters in Honolulu and Tokyo, which specializes in helping businesses and organizations in Hawaii and North America grow their market share of travelers from Asia. Some of their clients include Hawaiian Airlines, Tiffany & Company, the Ritz-Carlton Residences, Waikiki Beach, Outrigger Enterprises Group, Sheraton Waikiki, and Neiman Marcus. I had the pleasure of interviewing Casey Sugimoto, a digital marketing and public relations specialist for PacRim Marketing Incorporated. I asked Casey, what does PacRim Marketing Incorporated specialize in? She was able to answer, We specialize in Asian American relations and creating relationships with businesses in Asia and America and their international customer counterpart. We are a multilingual PR, advertising, media representation, events, online solutions, consulting, data analysis, with focus in the Asia international traveler markets in Japan, Korea, and China. The firm is now growing its business in English-speaking inbound travelers going to these Asian countries. How do you use the rope race model in your role? It helps put everything in order. I know what steps are first, second, third, and so on. It comes into use almost every day when I'm thinking about where we are in our client's journey. What part of the model would you say is the most important and why? For me, researching is always the most time consuming, but I think that the most essential part is learning the client's objectives and what they want the public to know or see. Then creating a plan to accomplish their vision is where the creative juices start flowing. Explain a time you had to use the rope race method in a situation. The challenge was a Japanese resort hotel looking to increase English-speaking clientele with little to no brand recognition. Research. Assessed current Japanese website and booking engine. Recommended full website development and custom reservation system intuitive to the English-speaking user. Assessed current presence in organic search, review sites, social media for brand name and keywords in target language, which yielded very little results in comparison to other resorts in the same location. Identified target markets based on direct flight availability to the destination, price, available activities, etc. Objectives. Based on current available budget, create brand awareness for resort and destination through social media, ultimately driving website traffic and online bookings in English. Program. Develop brand voice, target markets, and posting calendar based on a mixture of topics, such as resort accommodations and activities, while tying in destination culture, points of interest, sample itineraries, and curated content. Establish a Facebook business page to begin building pages, likes, and engagement with followers. Evaluation. Monitor pages' likes and visits as well as individual post reach and engagement to see which topics are most engaging. Next steps include securing paid ad budget to target specific users and push posts beyond current followers. Through Google Analytics, we can also track website traffic, source through which it is being referred from, demographics, location, revenue generated, etc., to identify opportunities. What skills would you say are necessary for this field of work? Effective written and verbal communication. The ability to first comprehend a business's brand, voice the same way its employees would, and then relay information as a representative of the company to consumers. The use of an agency versus in-house marketing or PR should be indistinguishable. Creativity. The ability to get people to even care about what you're talking about in the first place is hard. Now try to do it in a crowded platform like Facebook or Instagram. Data analysis and problem solving. The ability to use social media, website, and booking analytic data to adjust strategy as needed and make additional recommendations for improvement. Digital marketing know-how. For this particular example, using online solutions, you should be versed in what each metric means and why they are each important or not as important, which may affect your strategy and how you use the data to back up your results. You will need to ensure consistency in branding and dissemination of info across multiple solutions such as website to social media to paid add-ons and so on, which each have its own set of best practices for customizing a message. Social media and industry awareness, just being cognizant of what's trending and what to avoid. In our textbook, Introduction to Strategic Public Relations by Page and Parnell, it overviews the importance of public relations to attract travelers and tourists to a location or event. They use the music festival Coachella to showcase the process in which public relations teams would take to execute the promotion and publicity behind this very successful annual event. First, they would spread the word using the table in front of you. How to use the power of digital and social media to draw in new and returning visitors. Then, partnering with airlines, car rental companies, hotels, restaurants, and other tourist accommodations to create packages and discounts for guests coming to the festival. Also, having directions for newcomers and just general information kiosks around the city that include schedules and discounts. Coachella has become a social media phenomenon. The photos and video of the festival have made it such an iconic event on Instagram and Twitter. Promoting the event through hashtags and social media influencers help the visitors see what else the festival has to offer, and it also makes everyone who didn't come feel major FOMO. Okay, what if I were to show you this photo? Ooh, cheese bread. Okay, what about this photo? Looks like disaster relief tents, doesn't it? Okay, what about this? So for anybody who hasn't seen the Netflix documentary about the Fire Festival, you're not going to understand these references. But for anyone who has heard about the Fire Festival, you can probably guess that's what I'm going to talk about next. It was probably one of the biggest public relations disasters that this generation has ever seen. Quoted from progressions.prsa.org. In case you have not watched the recent Netflix and Hulu documentaries or the articles and memes buzzing around social media, the Fire Festival was a crisis of historic proportions. The vision of Fire was to provide access to celebrity performers to anyone who wished to book a performer. Creator Billy McFarland was the visionary orchestrating the company. The concept was fresh, inventive, and instantly caught the interest of Ja Rule, who became the celebrity wingman to McFarland and the Fire Festival. An immensely successful social media campaign helped sell the ultimate dream of Fire Festival. The focal point of this campaign launched with the use of many well-known social media influencers such as Kendall Jenner, Gigi Hadid, and Hailey Baldwin. The festival was conceived as a campaign to launch the company's groundbreaking service. While the music festival meant to promote the Fire brand, it led to an unprecedented scandal of mass proportions. The success of Fire Festival's social media campaign was noteworthy, and the promise of a decadent music festival on a tropical island soon went viral. So did anything go right? A thoughtful marketing strategy pulled in millennials through the use of celebrities and major social media influencers. And the festival ultimately did sell out. Social media marketing kept a healthy buzz around the event, and they had a decent knowledge of the target audience. But there were some major pitfalls. Planning a successful event takes painstaking strategy, attention to detail, timelines, and a commitment to budgeting and time management. This is something the Fire Festival did not spend a great deal of time and organizing planning. They didn't stick to a timeline, nor did they have a clear budget. Do not set out to fool your customers by setting the stakes too high. The promise of the festival has seen through social media sent a huge message that customers bought into. The reality of what was delivered to the customers is what Fire was held accountable for. Transparency is the first step to avoiding and handling a crisis. When changes to an event or product are made, communication must be implemented. In the case of Fire Festival, the crisis started when executives had the option to deceive customers from the truth or be upfront with them. Social media is a massive tool if it's used wisely. It can help manage expectations among audiences and put out any fires. When things got out of hand, McFarlane and Ja Rule should have made sincere and heartfelt apologies with plans to assuage the damage as the leaders of the company. If even half the effort was used to apologize and prepare the customers, the reputational damage would have been not as severe. Emerging PR professionals never commit to a company, product, event, or client they have not thoroughly researched and can genuinely and ethically stand behind. As I watched the documentary on Netflix, I was shocked to see so many of the employees discussing their distrust for McFarland, yet most of these employees stayed with the company. In the end, the hyped-up Fire Festival became an utter disaster. Not only were hundreds, if not thousands of people hurt and angry by what Ja Rule and Billy McFarland had done, but several people behind the scenes of the festival, including McFarland, were sent to jail. This case study has become a well-known example of what not to do from a PR and event standpoint. Thank you so much for watching my video on travel and tourism public relations. I hope you took something away from this, and I would definitely recommend that you watch the Netflix and Hulu documentaries on the Fire Festival.